a doctor, or even an athlete. And you have people you look up to, too, role models. So the question is, when you're a kid, you have all this hope and wonder and curiosity about the world, and how do you maintain that? You know, when you grow up, how do you keep going with that, and how do you use that as fuel and as inspiration to make a change in the world? So, when I was younger too, I had big dreams. I have an older brother, and he was involved in a lot of community service projects. So when I was young, I would always just kind of follow him around and do what he was doing, and kind of just try to involve myself as much as possible, even though I wasn't even a member of his team. So when I got older, it came to be the time for me to start thinking about what I wanted to do. So I started thinking about different problems that were going on in the world, and I found the problem of global warming. So I found out that burning fossil fuels is the major cause of global warming, and that's from coal-fired power plants to cars. And that also, this mattered to me because I'm from a coastal community, and I found out that sea levels rising could submerge my town, potentially, just because the sea levels are rising, and I was really worried about that. And another thing is, another side effect of that is that animals are losing their habitats because of these melting ice caps. So when I heard about this, I was worried. I was very worried. At the same time, I found out that in my local community, a lot of people were struggling. Okay, or is this work? Okay. This is my slides. Let's keep going. Let's get past this. The dreams of being an astronaut, etc. Keep going. Role models. Okay, yeah. So this is what I'm talking about when I was a little kid following my older brother around. And always trying to be involved, being really annoying, just being like really, I wasn't even part of the team, but I would like be involved in what they were doing. So I want to show this video actually from when I started thinking, I was growing up a little bit and started thinking more about global warming and stuff in that realm. Hopefully this video plays. Okay, I don't think we have audio, but basically, I was just saying that, like, adults seem to have a lot of the time are more jaded and seem to think that it's too late to really do anything, or too late to make a difference. But I think that as youth, we have a more unique perspective. In that we realize that we are the future and that we have to create that change because we are going to inherit this planet, right? So we can skip through this more. It's what I'm talking about, global warming, with burning fossil fuels, keep going. New York could be submerged, as well as my own coastal community. And this has effects with the melting ice caps going on, and how that's affecting polar bears. When I heard about this, okay, we already went through this stuff. Let's keep going. Yep. Keep going, keep going. Okay, so yeah. So at the same time, I found out that in my own local community, a lot of residents were struggling to heat their homes, and that local charities were running out of funds. So instead of waiting around for someone else to solve this problem, I decided to get with a group of my friends, and we started hosting meetings in my basement that looked a little something like this. And during these meetings, we would brainstorm ideas on what we wanted to do to help. And I think that being part of a team was really integral to the success of this project, because when you're a part of a team, we collaborate together, you get close with each other, but also you can have fun and motivate each other and really pump each other up. So if you see this video, I don't think it'll play. Alright, anyways, we're trying this team building activity. That's a lot of fun, but also it really strengthens the team, which is really important going forward when you're thinking about what we wanted to do. So we did have a lot of fun, but we did a little bit of work. So we conducted research and found out that using biofuels as an alternative energy source could help slow down global warming. To learn more, we visited an expo where we found out that waste cooking oil could be turned into biodiesel fuel. And to learn more, we visited a biodiesel refinery. We also did science experiments to see which source of cooking oil was the most cost effective. And we also conducted interviews with the CEOs of local charities. And this is really important in terms of analyzing the need. We wanted to be most helpful and figure out what the heating oil crisis was and how we could most offer assistance. And finally, we took some field trips to investigate how pouring grease down the drain can actually damage the sewers. So to do this, we visited a sewer plant. As you can see from our expressions, it was not our favorite trip. After conducting some initial research, we decided to start forming some strategies. So we first wanted to produce biodiesel from used cooking oil, which would not compete with food sources like corn and soy. And we wanted to promote the recycling of grease, because this would help us gain support from local governments, because we found out that towns and cities can spend millions of dollars each year just to try unclogging these sewers. We also thought about the scope of our project and how to make it more sustainable, so it would keep on going even when, like now, all of our members are in university. So to do this, we partnered with local companies who would help us collect, refine, and distribute the fuel. Lastly, we wanted to directly replace biodiesel blends, or replace heating oil with biodiesel blends, which wouldn't require any modification to the furnace. And the biodiesel that we produced would go directly back to heat the homes of the families in our town. So after developing these strategies, we came together and formed a sort of action plan from a single drop of grease. And this plan includes 3 different steps: raising awareness, collecting and refining, and biofuel distribution. The first step was raising awareness, which we divided into 2 parts. We wanted to get the kids excited about grease recycling, so then they would go home and tell their parents about it, and tell their parents to recycle grease. So to fully engage them in our presentation, we would include animations like this. We can skip it. Okay. It's okay, just skip through it. Anyways, that's like silly animations, but they help kids understand how we're trying to get at that a major contributor of global warming is methane, a greenhouse gas, and that is emitted by farm animals passing gas. So the second part we targeted was commercial waste cooking oil. So we asked restaurants to donate their oil to our program, and this was one of the most difficult parts, because when you're walking in and you're 10 years old, no one takes you seriously, right? So we really had to persevere and move forward to get responses from restaurants, like visiting them dozens of times just to get a response. And to date, we now have over 130 restaurants working with us right now. We also wanted to think more. So to sum it up, we have set up collection sites in 25 towns and cities covering 3 states. Our TGIF currently collects over 180,000 gallons, 180,000 liters of grease per month, which has generated 720,000 liters of biodiesel. And by the EPA's calculations, this has offset over 1.6 million kilograms of CO2 emissions. We wanted to think about this more and expand it, though. We didn't want this just to be one local project. We really wanted to create a network of change. So with this in mind, we figured that TGIF can be replicated anywhere in the world where cooking oil is used to cook food. So we made a toolkit to send out to other people around the world who are interested in jumpstarting TGIF in their own communities. So we've been lucky enough to have a lot of media coverage of our project, which has allowed us to reach even more people with news sources like from CNN to Nickelodeon to Upworthy.com, which has been really nice in helping us raise awareness of our project and also grease recycling. We've also had a lot of different opportunities to travel as a part of this program, which has been really a series of networking and learning from what other people are doing and spreading awareness of our project to kind of create a platform for change. After seeing a Heroes Air the Flip, I got like a packet of envelopes from 5th graders, and they basically just said the story inspired me to start my own project. So I thought that was just really moving, that TGIF has really just become a huge network of change that we hope will continue to grow. And lastly, we don't usually get to meet the recipients of the fuel, but on one occasion we did, she was a single mom with a small child, and she was really struggling to heat her home. So just to be able to talk with her and just feel how grateful she was for the assistance we were able to provide her was very, very powerful. So this has been my story of how TGIF has gone on and how I took my dream of creativity and made it a reality. But I want to challenge all of you to find your own passion and find your own dreams and really just chase them and persevere. So thank you so much.